Hello, Blitz fans. This is Thercanonlybeone once again bringing you another replay. And this time, I am the AMX M4 54, which is one of my favorite tanks so far. You know, I picked it up recently. It's a really good tank. Got it out of a crate on I think the first or second crate. I can't remember, but you know, I picked it up. I haven't played a whole lot of games in it, but I've really enjoyed it. It's got really strong armor, and it's kind of crazy, you know, how it is. Um, so, you know, in this game, I noticed like there's a lot of weird things going on in Blitz. Usually in this tank, I bounce like everything from the front. It's got such a strong frontal armor and turret and stuff. But I've been getting pinned by the craziest shots and stuff. Like everybody's pinning me and stuff. Even though I hide my lower plate, I'm up on a ridge, and this is what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to stay a little bit hold down, get some spots up across the way, because here lately tier 10's been kind of like a tier 3 to tier 5 kind of play action. Not very skilled people in tier 10, as there's a huge influx of people who are not ready for tier 10. And so, you know, I'm poking them like this because that way I can hide that lower plate, get some shots in. As you can see, that FV215B, yeah, he just got derped out. He pushed up way too far. He was too eager to put shots in. He doesn't really have the armor or the DPM to handle that, especially when most of my team is right there. And that's why I didn't push up over there. Normally I would, but with so many, it would be overcrowded and it'd just be a waste of time. Now my IS-4 is calling for help. So I am going to go help my IS-4 because you should keep your teammates alive. You know, the rest of the team has got it handled over there. You know, so you know, I suppose, and I'm gonna go help him. I'm not just YOLOing out, as you can see. I'm just gonna sit there and kind of scope it real quick. The IS-4 has very strong armor, and that E3 is gonna have a tough time pinning him. And this is why I didn't just YOLO out, because I knew there was another tank over there, but it looks like he had ran back over to the other side. So I'm gonna go ahead and push up now. My IS-4 is almost dead, so I'm gonna share some of my hit points. I'm gonna take some of these shots, and this E3 player, he's actually a decent player, and you know, but he can't handle in that tank. That tank is not as strong as you would think it would be, and he can't handle both of us, and that's why I'm gonna go ahead and push up. And the IS-4 is doing a really good job about tracking him. That way he can't move. And I'm just going to keep pushing. I'm going to take these shots for him. You know, I got HP to spare. And, you know, right now we're kind of behind on hit points and also on teammates. So I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to take these shots. That was actually quite a big shot from that Object 704, and that tank, I actually love that tank. And I don't understand why my IS-4 didn't push all the way up with me, and you know, to help me clear him. Why he set back, but that caused him to get killed by the Progetto 65, and you know. So, but the Progetto is not really wanting to deal with me. I don't understand why he's trying to escape, because he can definitely out DPM me. He can pin me with that tank. Maybe he wasn't getting a good angle. I don't know what, but and you know, there we go. Nice shot into the side of me, and you know, um, but I had just enough HP where I can take that shot and clear him on out. Now I'm gonna go ahead and push. Um, it was once a kind of a losing game. I've done turned the tide around and stuff. And the E100 seems to be having a little bit of trouble now that WT's not really wanting to mess with them too much, because you know, the E100 can derp them out in one shot. I'm gonna go ahead and push around. That way we kind of corner him. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna sink a shot into him. There we go. Now that's a perfect example of that armor, that front armor, doing its job and getting that bounce, because I angled it. It's harder for him to pin through it. And oh, WT, you gonna poke out? You gonna poke out? No, you're not gonna poke out. Where you going? Can't go nowhere. You're cornering yourself in. What are you doing, Scooter? That's not where you go. Oh, and the E100 finished him off. I let him finish off because, as you can see, I was a one-shot to him. I got lucky on that frontal armor, even though it did its job, and lit the E100 because he had more HP than me. And I did over 4K damage in that game, which is quite nice. Um, this FV21B 183, he did 3K. We're just shy of 3K. The E100. Kudos to you for doing your job and stuff, staying up there and taking those hits, being on the heavy side, and pushing them. So, and the blind side, kudos to you, buddy, too. T55A. I know you didn't do a whole lot, but I appreciate the compliments throughout the game. Um, so that's pretty good. And here we go, the E3 on the enemy team. I gave him a worthy opponent because that is a super hard tank to play when you don't have support and to do damage. And he is the top damage on his team. All right. I mean, look at this guy. He's 64%er at 77,000 battles, almost 78,000 battles. So, he did really good. Can't knock a man for doing what he can. If his team fails, his team fails. That's going to happen in Blitz. I mean, Blitz. Honestly, the games are rigged. They're obviously rigged. I get so many games where I look at all the player stats and stuff, and it's definitely lopsided, especially if I've been winning too many games. If I win so many, I'll just start getting really bad teams. They put me in a different category, and there's nothing I can do, no matter how much damage I do, no matter what kind of gameplay, what tank I'm in, I'm losing, and I know some of the other players, other YouTubers talking about, I have 70% win rate. You think I know how? Well, there's reasons for that. It's not that you're just a good player, because if you continuously play in regular battles like I do and play for a long time, playing a lot, your win rate will go down because the algorithm will start destroying it. They don't like you winning too many games. They don't like you running over newer players. They want these newer players that stick around, so they're going to give you the worst and let you suffer. So a lot of these guys who have high win rates, they have tricks. And one thing is, limit how many times you play regular battles. If you're in regular battles and you're doing poorly, stop playing. Wait till tomorrow or the day after to get back on, and then the algorithm might kick you back into a more favorable team matchmaking. Or you go into ratings battles. You play ratings, a lot, because it doesn't hurt your stats. I mean, it does kind of little stuff, but but your win rate won't get hurt. That in an event time. So I'm seeing guys who are terrible with really good win rates, but poor damage, and with thousands of battles, and it's like, how do they get that playing like that? Is because these people are not playing regular battles as much as you would think they would be. So there's tricks to make it appear like you're a really good player, and usually the best way to check on someone is look at their 30-day average and on BlitzStars and see how are they playing, because it's going to give you a more fair example, because you're going to have your win rate that you can look at and stuff, and see what kind of damage they're doing, how many games they're playing actually, and then give you an idea. And once you've been in the game as long as I have, or I know people who's been in it longer, you kind of figure some of this stuff out. Now this, my account, this is my original account. I do have an alt account, but I don't ever play it because all my tanks and stuff are on here. Everybody knows me by this name, so I don't really get on it, but I did check it out to see what it was like starting over after the 5.5 update, and I noticed I got spammed with premium tanks a lot. My matchmaking is preferable, my RNG is preferable. There's definitely something where they're doing that's for the newer players, and so I have like a 70% win rate in that account, and where here I got 50, not even 51%. 41,000 battles, that's a lot of battles to try to bring up a win rate, but mine's fluctuating between 51% and around about 50.5. So right now it's kind of low because for the past like 3-4 days I've been having really bad games. But that's basically it for this video. You know, I hope I'm giving y'all a little bit of insight into, like, you know, how I play, and, you know, what I do, what tanks I like, what you know, um, you know, just a little bit understanding of me, you know, because I think that's important for anybody who watches my videos, and to understand where I'm coming from on a lot of this stuff, my point of view on it. One thing I would love to see Wargame to do is to slow down the grind again. You know, I think players are able to push up through the tiers way too fast, getting into those higher tiers before they're ready. You know, I've you know, like today, I've had teams where they can't even do 500 damage. Like my whole team can't do 500 damage at a tier 8. You know, I look at their stats and stuff, 30% win rate, you know, or 40% win rate, or 42% win rate, you know, with the average of anywhere from 350 to 500 damage is their average, and they're playing in these high tiers. And the only thing that does is just ruin the gameplay for everybody else who actually care about winning and doing well, you know. And it's a lot of it has to do because they're not as involved in the game, and that they haven't put that much time or money into the game. And so it seems a bit selfish to me that, you know, you get these players like that and they say, oh, it's just a game. I do not agree with that. This game actually has, it actually has, you know, certain aspects about it that is complementary to the game. One thing is winning. Winning is very important in this game. So a lot of people care about the stats. They care about the win rate. They care about their damage and stuff. Not, you know, I'm not saying like that's everything, you know, the ends of all, but it is like part of the game, you know. This is like the part of, and not only that, but teamwork, you know. And so when you have a bunch of players who come in who just don't care, just want to run around and shoot stuff, and don't care if they die and they ruin someone else's game, I think that's a little bit selfish on their part. If you want to play like that, maybe you should go play a game that doesn't involve other people, you know. And it's just the way the whole game dynamic in the meta has changed, and the direction Wargame has gone. You know, it seems a little bit greedy on their part, and also same with the players, a little bit selfish, not really caring. I mean, there's low tiers you can play at and do that kind of stuff, but the higher tiers, a little bit, I think it's supposed to be meant for the more serious players, more experienced players who has put the time and effort in. Because when someone puts their money into the game and stuff, and then, you know, you get stuff like this, it's a little hard to swallow. Well, this is it for this video. I've been rambling on for quite a minute here now about different things, and I just, you know, I just want to put some of that stuff out there. Well, this is it for this video. This is There Can Be Only One signing out. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Remember, stay safe out there, and happy hunting.